Hello, everyone! Today, we are going to look at 7 words that you will hear and use very often in everyday English. These are not difficult words. They are simple, common, and very useful. So let us get started. The first word is arrange. When you arrange something, you put things in a nice order, or you make a plan for something to happen. Think about a time when you put books on a shelf in order, or when you planned a dinner with a friend. That is arranging. It is about organizing things or making things ready. For example, a native speaker might say, "Can you arrange the chairs before the guests arrive?" Or at work, someone might say, "She arranged a meeting for Friday afternoon." Or a friend might call you and say, "I can arrange a ride for you, no worries." See how natural it sounds. Arrange is used when someone is making things happen in an organized way. The next word is arrest. This one is very common in movies and news, but it also comes up in everyday conversation. To arrest someone means to officially stop a person and take them to the police because they did something wrong. It is a legal action. A native speaker might say, "The police arrested a man near the park last night." Or you might hear on the news, "She was arrested for stealing from a shop." Sometimes people use it more casually too, like, "They finally arrested the person who broke into the school." This word is mostly used when talking about law, police, or crime stories. You will hear it a lot in news and TV shows. Now let us talk about arrive. This is one of the most useful words in daily life. To arrive means to reach a place, to get somewhere after traveling or moving. It is simple and very common. A native speaker might say, "She arrived at the office just on time." Or when texting a friend, someone might write, "I arrive at the station at 3. Can you pick me up?" Or a parent might say, "Let me know when you arrive safely." You will also hear things like, "The package arrived this morning." Arrive is used all the time when talking about getting to a place or when something reaches you. The next word is assume. This is a very interesting word. To assume means to think something is true without checking or without being sure. It is when you believe something, but you do not have proof. Native speakers use this word a lot. For example, someone might say, "I assumed the meeting was at 9, but it was actually at 10. Or a friend might say, "She assumed the restaurant was open, but it was closed." Sometimes you will hear, "Do not assume anything, just ask." This word is important because it often comes up when someone made a mistake based on a wrong belief. It is used a lot in everyday conversation at work, at school, and with friends. Now we have attach. To attach means to connect something to something else, or to add something to a message or email. This word is used both in real life and in digital life. In real life, you might say, "She attached a name tag to her bag." In a work or school setting, you will very often hear, "Please attach your resume to the email." Or someone might say, "I attached the file, can you check it?" You also hear it in more physical ways like, "Attach the rope to the hook before you climb." Attach is a very practical word that you will use almost every day, especially if you work or study. The next word is attempt. To attempt means to try to do something, especially something that is not easy. It is very similar to the word try, but attempt often sounds a little more serious or formal. A native speaker might say, "She attempted to fix the printer but could not." Or, "He attempted the test 3 times before passing." You might also hear, "They attempted to reach the top of the mountain, but turned back because of the weather." In everyday conversation, people also say things like, "It is worth attempting, even if you fail." Attempt is used when someone is making an effort to do something difficult or uncertain. And the last word is attend. To attend means to go to an event, a class, a meeting, or any organized activity. It is a formal way of saying you are present somewhere for a reason. A native speaker might say, "She attended every class this semester." Or at work, "Are you attending the conference next week?" You might also hear, "I attended a wedding in the countryside last summer." And in more casual speech, "I could not attend the meeting because I was sick." Attend is used when you show up for something that was planned or scheduled. It is very common in school, work, and social situations. All right, let us quickly go over the 7 words one more time. Arrange means to organize or plan. Arrest means to be stopped by police for doing something wrong. Arrive means to reach a place. Assume means to think something is true without being sure. Attach means to connect or add something. Attempt means to try something, especially something hard. And attend means to go to a planned event or activity. Now let us look at each word one more time through a simple image and a sentence. She arranges flowers on the table. The police arrest a thief on the street. She arrives at the airport with her suitcase. She assumes the bag on the chair is hers. She attaches a photo to her email. She attempts to climb a tall wall. She attends a birthday party with her friends. Great! Now that we have seen the words with pictures and sentences, let us hear how native speakers actually use these words in real conversations. Please listen carefully to the dialogues coming up next.
Arrange. She arranges flowers on the table. Arrange. She arranges flowers on the table. Arrest. The police arrest a thief. Arrest. The police arrest a thief. Arrive. She arrives at the airport. Arrive. She arrives at the airport. Assume. She assumes the bag is hers. Assume. She assumes the bag is hers. Attach. She attaches a photo to the email. Attach. She attaches a photo to the email. Attempt. She attempts to climb the wall. Attempt. She attempts to climb the wall. Attend. She attends a birthday party. Attend. She attends a birthday party. Arrange. She arranges flowers on the table. Arrive. She arrives at the airport. Attempt. She attempts to climb the wall.
I heard there was a big event at the community center last weekend. Did you attend it?
Yes, I did. I almost did not go, but I am really glad I went. It was a neighborhood art fair. They arranged everything so nicely. The tables were set up in a long row, and each artist had their own space with their work displayed.
That sounds really well organized. Who arranged it all?
A small group of volunteers did. They arranged the whole thing over just 2 weeks. They booked the space, contacted the artists, and set up all the tables and chairs. It was a lot of work, but everything looked great on the day.
I wanted to attend, but I had a prior commitment. I assumed it would be a small, quiet event, so I did not think I was missing much.
A lot of people assumed that, but it was actually much bigger than expected. There were over 50 artists and a really good crowd. You should come next time.
I will. Did anything unusual happen?
Actually, yes. Someone attempted to steal a painting from one of the artists' tables.
Really? What happened?
A woman saw it happen and immediately called the police. The person tried to walk out with the painting hidden under a coat, but a volunteer near the door noticed something was wrong and blocked the exit. When the police arrived, they arrested the person right outside the building.
That is shocking. How long did it take for the police to arrive?
They arrived in less than 10 minutes. It was actually quite fast. By the time they arrived, the volunteer was already keeping the person near the door, so they could not run.
Good thing. Someone was paying attention. Did the artist get the painting back?
Yes, thankfully. The police took a report, arrested the person, and the painting was returned to the artist the same day. She was really shaken but relieved.
I can imagine. It is a strange feeling when someone attempts to take something you worked so hard on.
Exactly. She said she had spent 3 weeks on that painting. The idea that someone would just attempt to walk away with it was really upsetting for her.
Did you speak with her?
I did. I went over to her table after everything settled down. She had attached a small handwritten note to each of her paintings, explaining the story behind them. It was a lovely touch. Even after everything that happened, she stayed and kept talking to visitors.
That is impressive. What kind of paintings did she make?
Mostly landscapes. Countryside scenes, open fields, rivers. She attaches a lot of meaning to nature in her work. She said painting outside, and then bringing those scenes indoors, is something she has always loved.
I would have loved to see those. Did you buy anything?
I bought a small print. It was a scene of a quiet lake in the early morning. I have already attached it to the wall in my living room. It looks really calming there.
Nice. I've been meaning to find something from my walls too. I keep assuming I will find the perfect thing eventually, but I never actually go looking.
That is the problem. You assume it will just appear. You have to actually go out and look. There are small art markets like this one happening all the time. You just have to attend one and see what speaks to you.
You are right. I think I assume too much and attempt too little.
Honestly, that is a very common habit. People assume things will work out or assume they already know what something will be like, and then they never try. But when you actually attempt something, even something small, you usually find it was worth it.
Like attending a neighborhood art fair you almost skipped.
Exactly like that. I almost stayed home because I assumed it would not be very interesting. But I went, and it ended up being one of the nicest afternoons I have had in a while.
All right, you have convinced me. Next time something like that is happening nearby, I will actually attempt to go instead of just thinking about it.
Good. And if you let me know in advance, I can arrange for us to go together. It is always more fun with someone.
I would like that. Just send me the details when you find out, and I will make sure I am free.
Will do. And next time, do not assume it will be small or quiet. These community events are usually full of surprises.
Noted. No more assuming. More attending, more attempting, and less sitting at home thinking about it.
That is a good way to live, honestly.